do. Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
You know what that means, innit? Someone's in trouble. It ain't me. EJ Boxing Live here, and I'm telling you, this is gonna be heated, and I'm probably gonna piss people off. I don't care. I don't care. Tyson Fury today on IFL London is got a video out right now, and basically, travelers' lives matter. Now, this is the thing, right? As you know, obviously we've seen the thing with what's his thingy Marbury and thingy Floyd, and you see the situation where the guy being kneeled in the neck. Now, apparently Tyson Fury and obviously the travelers feel like they're being racism against them for a pub. The pub, what's the pub called? The Hurley thing in where is it? In wherever the pub, whatever area they're in. So he feels like they're being racism towards him in the pub, and they won't let him in. We haven't even got the full story yet, right? All we know is like they're not allowed in the pub for whatever reason, yeah. But let me just make this clear for everyone else, yeah. When you Black Lives Matter is a movement because the injustice of black people being troubled by police and large proportions of America being stopped and some people being killed, and for no other reason other than their color, pulled over in their homes. And obviously you see the thing George Floyd with the police knees on the neck. Now, travelers, if this happened to travelers, you think they would take that? Like, they wouldn't take that stuff. They wouldn't. They'd burn down the whole city. You think you could put one of the travelers, Billy Joe Saunders, and someone kneeling his neck for 7 minutes? First off, someone will jump in first off and do something about it. The second thing, if that was happening, I'm telling you, they'd burn down the whole city. This here is a hijack of the movement from Black Lives Matter, and I'm not really entirely like down with Black Lives Matter, but particularly. But I know the movement is for the right thing, is for the injustice of black people, and what Tyson Fury is doing, and with obviously this is hijacking the movement. But because some guy won't let you in the pub, we even seen the guy from the pub telling us why, what's going on. Yeah, they're taking the piss. Talking sense, they're taking the flicking piss. He's taking the piss. Tyson, you're taking the absolute piss. You know what I'm gonna say to you? Like, Wilder's got Black Lives Matter. So go to this day, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Black people have been victimized. Like, listen, people talk about back in the day, the Irish, there's no dogs, no black people, and stuff like that. That's fine. But I don't Irish people, yeah, and not Irish people, sorry, travelers, yeah. I don't know how many was indocted into slavery, had slaves around the neck, and still victimized from slavery. There's laws permanently put up, yeah, that certain black people couldn't get certain rights for them to fight for equal rights in 1960. That wasn't even that long ago. Like Tyson Fury and a lot of them guys are travelers, they could put a shirt and tie, come back to that pub, and I'm sure the pub man will let them in. You can't change your skin color and go into the pub. So I don't like that. What are you talking about? Travelers' lives matter. Listen. The quarrels between, and let's get it right, between the travelers, they're cousins, bro. A lot of the travelers and the people in the pubs, and they're all cousins, Scottish, Irish. They're all cousins, all related to each other. It's like a family or cousin dispute. It's not the same thing. They're not actually going in and killing you. They just told you probably can't come in the pub. But not they coming out with bloody shotguns and calling the police, what they were doing, if you see in the 1960s, where they call the dogs, and the dogs are biting black people and tearing them out, where Martin Luther King had to bring, had to do for civil rights. It's not the same thing. The movement is a really serious movement in today's age, with black people severely getting disproportionately pulled over, right, for whatever reason you want. And then some people think, oh, they deserve it or whatever. You could be on the fence with that. But I don't really like this. What's going on here with Tyson Fury? I severely object to what's going on. It's on IFL. If you don't know already, it's on his list, and I'm pissed off with it, man. I'm pissed off with it. Wilder's got a movement because Anthony Joshua came out and read the statement out about black people showing their own business. Yeah, maybe they should. And Tyson Fury, for the traveler people, I'm sure the little traveler people will be listening or disagree with me, whatever. I'm sure they're thinking, yeah, Tyson Fury's doing the right thing. But let me tell you something, yeah. You're not getting hanged in disproportional. Or your people get victimized. Yeah, I'm sure they do. But listen, if someone doesn't like you, you go somewhere else. With black people, listen, some black people don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You talking about losing lives now. You know what I'm trying to say? And I know traveling people from when they're young, they're taught to fight. They're taught to fight because they learn. Black people, not necessarily from the young age, taught to be victims, to begin have self-defense and all them things. There's a lot of stigmatization going on, bruv. Yeah, and another thing as well, if you see a traveler person, you wouldn't know until they open their mouth and they tell you that. If they don't tell you, how would you know they're a traveler? Tell me that. Do they tell me what looks like a traveler? Because I want to know. Because you can see a black person like 5 miles away. You know what I'm saying? You can see it 5 miles away. What you got in the chat? Let me see what you got in the chat. No, what's it? Our lives matter too. Yeah. So we have what's oppression for centuries and demand our reparations. Yeah, okay, so okay. All right, this is a black people. Yeah. Oh yeah, gypsy boy. Yeah, listen. Taking the piss. Yes, he's taking the piss, bruv. He's taking the piss. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Tyson's taking the piss. You know, he's literally taking the absolute piss here, bruv. He is. There's no two if, buts, ways about it, bruv. What else we got down in the comment section? And tell people I'm live. All right, what we got here? Bruv, this is not funny. Like, it's not funny. He's got a massive chip on his shoulder. Tyson, I don't know what, bruv. Like, look, man. A lot of these situations could be resolved. You know, if that was black people doing that, the police would have came in ready, you know. Because they were out there for quite a while. The police would have came in ready. No one's even bothered with them not doing this thing. If that was black people, police would have been come. People at the thing would have been calling names. It would be a whole big thing, man. Can't tar every traveler with the same brush. No, you can't. 100%, you can't. But the bottom line is, yeah, you can still get away with something. Dakota, what's it? Dakota, your children shouldn't be here. I mean, listen, the children shouldn't be there. He's going nuts. Yeah, he's going nuts. He is. It's just it's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. I looked at it, I said to myself, Tyson, Coogan, I mean, what are you actually doing here? What you can't go into a pub. Let's fucking go to another pub, man. Go to another pub. What are you talking about? Because they won't let you in. Travelers' lives matter. So what they got on this banner? What they got here? Travelers' lives matter. Equal rights. So they've actually put a lot of thought into this, you know. Even just do it this day. So this is going to be an ongoing thing, right? Travelers' lives matter. Equal rights for everyone, which is fair. I like that one. The hurdle, what's it? A hurdle flying is a lie. What I don't know what that is. Stand up for what's that? What's it? Milestone. I don't know what it is. Travelers' lives matter. Racism, I don't know. Miss disadvantage. I don't know. Listen, mate. They put a lot of thought into it. I'll just put the link, yo. Bloody yo, just put the link, bro. You know what I mean? This. I mean, boy, look. This thing here, yeah. It's this thing here, yeah. All I'm saying to you is that you know, it's not to be played around with. And like I said to you, I don't necessarily agree with everything about Black Lives Matter, but they're doing the right thing in terms of highlighting situations which are unfair. The NBA are doing it as well and just in there, right? And it's ongoing. At least you have someone to highlight, say, look, these people are actually being racist, bruv. This is unfair, right? Now, travelers on the other side of it, yeah, on the other switch side of the corner, bruv, I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. They stick together, they're together. They're together as unity. You know what I'm trying to say? They have unity. I'm not trying to say all black people are starting to get unity. Where's the All Lives Matter crew? Yeah, exactly. BJ London. You want to jump in? You jump in. I want to get me. I want people to jump in. Fury's been exposed himself. Fury's already come out and said he liked Winston Churchill. He said Winston Churchill was a great leader. And I mean, in something he put out. I think this has been orchestrated to take the piss. You know what I mean? I think someone put Tyson Fury up to this, and they go see we can get some clout chasing, and it's not funny. I don't like it. You know what I mean? You could get into. You telling me Tyson Fury couldn't walk into that pub? Like, who can stop Tyson Fury walking into that pub? One of them guys couldn't get into the pub for whatever reason he's acting, and they chose, let's just use this moment to put Travelers' Lives Matter. Brother, I think they're in Woking. That's where they are. Woking. That's the area they're in, right? I mean, bruv, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, bruv. Oh, is that Adrian Redmond as well? Fury's been. Oh yeah, we saw Adrian the Ruler Redmond. What's that? Fury's been exposing himself slowly. Yeah, I saw it coming. Yeah, exactly. Adrian Redmond. I'm telling you, bro. This thing is not even funny. It's not funny. You listen. No one's putting no neck on neck. No one's putting their knee on no neck of no traveler. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're not doing that at all, bruv. They're not doing it. If that happened, they'd burn down the whole city. No one's getting hanged off no trees. No one's getting, you know what I'm saying? They're not, bruv. Look, I'm gonna give you a little story, right? So the other day when the lockout was happening, yeah, right? A lot of travelers they came around the area where where I stay or whatever, and like they would go into the shops, which is fine, innit? You know what I mean? Everyone's got to eat and do their thing. I said to myself, I ain't got no problem. The problem is like I had people coming to me, they're knocking on my door, telling me, bruv, around here stinks. I goes, what do you mean? There's people pissing in the bushes, yeah. Because where they were at, I don't. They could have used the toilets. There's toilets in Tesco's or whatever shopping center they're at, yeah. They're pissing in the bushes, right, riding up their motor cars up and down the road, and they left tires, these big tires all around the place. Within a matter of like weeks, yeah, the area went straight down. It went straight down. The area went straight down, down, down. You know what I'm saying to you? The area went down, bro. They had to call undercover police to get rid of them, to get them out of the area. That's how bad it was, bro. And then they got barriers and everything locked down, so they can't come back. Like, well, you got to understand when they listen. I'll give you another story, right? Give you another story. So this is what I heard. I wasn't there, but the area I was talking about, I know that was a fact because I saw when the police came, like the next day they had to left, and I saw the bloody area was left in tatters. So let me give you another story. Billy Joe Saunders, Tyson Fury was on the same card, right? And it was one of the arenas in London. Now, apparently the security wasn't there was too many people going to the toilets and they wouldn't let them in. You know what they did? Them not start pissing up on the walls. Now, I'm not saying all travelers did that, but I also reported they started pissing up the walls. Like with it, bruv, listen, grimy, bruv. Listen. What's up, Earl? Grimy. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, yeah. So anyone, you press the link, right? You can just jump in and give your piece, right? So that's it. You know what I mean? You don't have to put yourself on camera. So you can. I'll tell you backstage. So you don't put yourself on camera and that. So there's the link. Dan the Man, Mr. Austin champion maker, Adrian Redmond, BG London, Rob Gotti, GB Boxing. You can all come in and give your 2 cents. You know what I mean? Give your 2 cents and press the link and just follow the instructions, and it should be on your phones. You can jump into the hangout. Listen, Tyson Fury. Listen, this is not like I got anything against Tyson Fury. He's obviously, they have sort of respect for certain black fighters, right? His dad named his name after Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? His first name. You know what I'm saying? Right? But it's nothing doing that. But to hijack the move, this is a serious thing here, bruv. It's not no play. This is not no play joke thing. And I'm trying to say, as it will start get traction, I'm sure it will at some point start get traction. Like, bro, Traveler's Life Matter. Then tell me where's the 500 years of slavery? And you listen. You can go to America and be cool. Or you know the thing is about traveler people, right? If they say they never was in the caravans and they decided to settle, right? How would you know the difference if they just settled in society and carried on? Because traveler people, they will just tell you straight. If they don't like you, don't fucking like you. They'll just tell you straight to your face. They don't like you, they don't like you, they don't nothing to do with you, right? But the same time thing, they give some, they take some. It's not about traveling. It's just hijacking the movement. I disagree with. You know what I'm trying to say to you? If you can't get into the freaking pub, why can't you get into the pub? Tell me why you can't get into the pub. What is the reason? Because you're travelers. Yeah, but what did you do? You did did the owner say you lot can't come in because you're travelers? And if he did say that, why doesn't he want you to get you in? Because I'm sure you probably was in there before. And who's going to stop Tyson Fury from going in the pub in the first place? And Kugun's there. This is a political move to just undermine the Black Lives Matter. That's what it is. I'm just coming out of it. And I told you, like, at the start when I did this, some people won't like it. But that's what I think it is. Is you're just throwing shade on the Black Matter, just clout chasing. I mean, that's what it is. You know what I mean? The link's there in the chat, yeah. So you want to jump in, whoever wants to jump in and give their 2 cents, yeah, because I'm burning out. You know what I mean? I'm burning out because like it's really like I was gonna lie to you, bro. It pissed me off. He's taking the piss, bro. It's Tyson. I mean, look, the title says it itself. It's Tyson Fury taking the piss. with this new movement. And how far is it going to go? I'm telling you, it's not going to just go away. They've got banners and everything lined out, t-shirts laid out, little kids all laid out on it. Know what I mean? Bruv, the kickback is, yeah, you know the kickback, yeah, that people gonna say is like, bruv, they this, that, the other. Anyway, I'm not even getting into that. Why can't they get into the frigging pub? You know what I mean? Tell me why they can't get into the pub. What was the reason? That's what I want to know. Why do you think, yeah, the landlord of a pub would let them in? Yeah, what do you think? Huh? What's it? Why are you bashing travelers? I support all races. If you think I'm bashing travelers, the link's in the chat. Yeah, jump in, bro. There, the link's here. Jump in. I want to hear what you have to say. What's his name? Dakota Kennedy. You sound like you're from America, bro. Yeah, jump in. There's the link right there. Get me in. Link. Oh, you have to press the link there. The link's there, bro. That's the link. You press that link and you follow instructions. Yeah, Kennedy, if you think I'm bashing travelers, jump in and you explain yourself and tell me how I'm bashing travelers, because I'm not. I'm telling you, he's hijacking the Black Lives Matter movement, which is unfair. If you feel like you're getting victimized and say travelers are being discriminated proportion for this pub, and I'll bring the owner out or bring someone from the thing and let them explain why they won't let you in the pub. Tell us why. I'm telling you, if that was a black movement and they did that, Black Lives Matter outside the pub, and they did that, the police would be there within seconds, tell them to move on. The owner doesn't want you in the premises. That never happened. And then I see the people in the pub, they're cool with them. They didn't take it seriously. It was just like a clout chase movement. That's what it was. Bashing no travelers, man. Just telling you what it is. It's clout chasing, equal rights for all people, equal rights for everyone they've got here. All right, here we go. I got one. Mark Durbury. What's his name? Yo, what's up, bro? Yo. All right, here we go. Yeah. Mark Durbury. What's his name? You got to turn off the thing, YouTube in the background, bro. Yep. All right, here we go. Shay. Yeah, turn off the Durbury. What's his name?
What do I have to do?
The YouTube. You got the YouTube in the background. The video in the background.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your name?
Miss Shay.
Yeah. Oh, Shay, what's going on, Shay?
What are you saying, coach?
Shay Butter. Hey, so Shay, so the first time coming in, my man Shay Butter. Hey, Shay, it's a Shay. What's your take on seeing the video? You see the video, right?
Coach, I just watched it now, and then you came up next. So I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah. I was like, this guy's. You know why? Because this guy, people are idolizing this guy. Oh, mental health, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And now, do you know the thing is, what annoys me? No one's going to stand up to him. No one will stand up to him and say, how can you're disrespected all what everyone did for Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to say, oh, and he said these things before. Mm-hmm. He said these same sort of things before. And you know that Tyson, and I'm going to say it straight, Tyson Fury is a racist. You know that. You know that he is.
Why do you? All right. So explain why you think he's a racist. Go ahead.
Right. What was he saying? Him, Billy Joe. They all when AJ said that thing about when he was reading that script, he was getting on to AJ straight away. He said, I've always said anyone who likes to say all lives matter. That time it was not about. We made it clear it was not about no other lives matter. We were talking about specifically what had happened to black people for years, and that moment, what happened with the police. That's what we were talking about at that specific time, and he completely disregarded that and tried to make it an attack straight away. And that's how you know how he is.
And you know about the Winston Churchill thing, right?
Yeah. He put on Instagram him and his wife. They were like, the best thing is he's Irish. Yes. He's not even like
they're all cousins, bruv. No, you got to understand, they're all cousins, they're all related. That's what people don't understand. Like the thing is, it's like a feud, a family feud. You get me? It's not. You know, the thing is, a lot of people look on it, yeah, and they look at them and you're trying to tell the difference. You can't tell me that you could see Shay. If you saw a traveler right there, that you could spot them out and say, yo, that's a traveler. Tell me you could do that. Unless they open their mouth and tell you they're a traveler, you would know.
You say you can or you can't.
You can't.
You can. I think you can. I think you
No,
can.
no, you can't. You see, you have a stereotype in your mind. I'll give you two examples, right? Do you know who Andy Lee is?
The short guy.
It's not short. He's a tall, skinny guy. Andy Lee. Do you know who he is?
Andy
Do you know who Barry McGuigan is?
Let me just have a look.
Do you know who Shane McGuigan is?
Yeah. Are they traveling?
Do you know who Conor McGregor is?
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. You know he's got family travelers. Would you say he looks like a traveler? Conor McGregor, does he look like a traveler? This is what I'm trying to say to you. See how you're just pausing there because you realize, they don't. What I'm trying to say to you, they don't. It hasn't got a specific look, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you something to say to you, so it's only if they tell you they're travelers, then you'd know, and they usually because they're proud of what their heritage is, they're gonna let you know. The problem is what I have a problem is that real talk, yeah. If Tyson Fury went to get that pub, you think anyone's gonna stop him? Tell me that.
Of course not.
All right, then. So then let's change it around. Black person, yeah, they kick them out of the pub, and the black person wants to get in the pub. What's the first thing they're gonna do as the landowner? What do you think he's gonna do?
What, they've been kicked banned already?
Yeah, they've been kicked out. They've not allowed in the pub in the same thing, and they want to call Black Lives Matter protest outside. What do you think what the landlord would do if he did that?
Police are gonna come. They're gonna get there.
Okay, so in this video, where do you see the police or anything? Do you see anything? Do you actually see the pub people going about their business? They don't really care, do they? Right? You know why, Shay? Because it's been staged. It looks like it's been staged there, innit? Public staged.
Though, they at the moment they've kept it calm, right? They made it look like calm. But he's trying to talk about getting 1 million travels to London. And you know what? If they did do that, they'd be out to war. Because you see, when the Black Lives Matter thing, it wasn't travelers as such, but there was a lot of people there that was fighting against Black Lives Matter, saying all lives matter. And really, they didn't make a big deal about that as much as they were trying to. Any little fight between the Black Lives Matter, they were like, yeah, this is what's going on. There's a pandemic. But that's what I'm saying. If now the travelers did decide to do that, let's see how the press and how the media would spin it. Would they say this is negative?
It's not even going nowhere. Like, it's this on Cougar's channel, which is annoying as it is.
Why is Cougar back?
That's annoying as well. I'm actually feel like I'm gonna phone him right now. I'm gonna phone him right now as we speak, innit? So if he picks up the bloody phone and go, Cougar, what are you playing at?
Why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that? That's a political move. Like, the thing is, and the top of that, like the pub owner could sue you for defamation because you're ruining his business, bro. Like, why are you gonna do? And I've got even in the picture right here, you could see the pub's name. Yeah. So what, people gonna come in and start bother the guy? And if he lets people in the pub now, what's that gonna say for him? You know what I'm gonna say? Like what? The first is if this is a situation where Black Lives Matter, they'd give you the whole story. So why won't they let you in the pub? What exactly? Because you're traveling. That's not the fucking full story. You know what I'm trying to say to you? That's what's annoying me, right? You're not getting the full story, and you got t-shirts and pubs, and you got little kids in there involved in the whole thing, but you're not really giving us a full story. And to me, it looks like you're just doing clout chasing to piss people off and to say that you've got a movement, we've got our own movement to say we're being disfranchised. Now, I'm not trying to say you are or you're not, but I know for a fact that, brother, if you wanted to assimilate into society, who's gonna know that you're not a traveler or not if you don't open your mouth?
You're right. That's a good point. I know what you mean.
You can't stop a black person. You can see a black person coming, and it doesn't matter how he can. Even if a black person's upper class, lower class, whatever, the bruv, it's not happening. And you're not putting, bruv. Listen to this shit. You know already. Which traveler? Which TV you're gonna have a traveler where some knees on their neck by the police, and they're gonna film it for 7 minutes, and nothing's gonna happen. Trust me, there'll be riots everywhere, bruv. There'll be riots everywhere. Like bruv, this is ridiculous. Yeah, Coogan, he's got answer. I'm gonna find.
Let me tell you though, I do hope, because now's the time. Him and Dylan White, AJ, all those people, they need to stand up for that, because this is him putting that, meaning in a way he's supporting that. So I hope now, even Eddie, they all need to stand up to that, because why? There's no reason for him. It's got nothing to do with boxing. Yeah, he's
there you go. Exactly. That's
to be friends with Tyson Fury. Like, stop, because there's no need. You can be friends with Tyson Fury, but why are you going to get involved in it doesn't make. There's no need for it. Like, and even when I was watching it, I was trying to find something in me to say, they've got it bad, but as you said, now I'm thinking again, as you said, how can you see a traveler? You can't. You could. I walk in and I can. What would I have to do? Paint my skin, and that's the only way I can be seen as different. They can. They can blend into society, wear a suit, be an office man, be whatever they want. But
whatever they want. Look, I'm calling Cougar right now. So if he picks up, call Cougar right now. Say, Cougar, what's going on there? See if he can give us some clarification on that. Yes, Cougar, you'll pick up. He's running for me, He's running for me. I need some clarification on what's going on here. Nah, Cougar's running. All right, Cougar, you get away from that one. You're getting away with that one. I'll allow you, Cougar. You're getting away. Don't worry, I'll catch him at some point. I'll catch Cougar at some point.
No, but the thing is, though, I do really hope someone. I hope somebody does speak up about that. As I said,
listen. People in the chat right now. My man David Gentleman, he's got does nothing. Stage man, yeah. All right, so jump in and explain us in it, gentlemen, in it. Not on stage, yeah. Stop. What's it? Lying travelers. Surely to God's. Look, Black Mom. Hey, listen, if you want to say something, all right, here we go. We got D Jefferson coming in, man. I've got D Jefferson. So stay. Yeah, let me hear. What's up, D Jefferson? How you doing, bro?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's your take on this? What's your take? You're an American. So they've got a new movement, Tyson Fury. We see the video on IFL.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. And I am an American, and even more specific, an African American, and I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think anybody should really jump on anybody's bones about what they want to protest, man. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, does travelers' lives matter? Fucking right. You think a traveler want to come through here and get caught up in some bullshit? You know what I mean? And they're just coming here to enjoy the sights or a fight or whatever. Like, it should matter. And people get so offended when someone want to protest their own cause. Like, this don't really have shit to do with Fury. It just has to do with protest in general. If it's a purpose or if it's something reasonable behind it, then nobody should fucking say anything. If you can run out there and say Black Lives Matter, and as an African American man, I don't even fucking support that movement because I think it's fucking farce. But if you want to go out there and yell that, then shut the fuck up about somebody else wanting to protest what they want to protest.
But hold on, can I just interrupt you? Do you not think that's underlying? They're going against Black Lives Matter. They're not just doing this for Travelers' Lives Matter. Why does that have to be Travelers' Lives Matter? Why couldn't it be something else that has nothing to do with the LM? That's the point.
Well, let me say this. Now, I just say what I said about Black Lives Matter. Now, if you had the understanding that that whole movement was not even really built for what they're preaching for, then what would you say about that? Because it's a farce fucking movement. It's bullshit, right? And I know this for a fact. So if that's the case, then why even get mad? But these ignorant motherfucking Americans here just jump on any fucking thing that they see in the fucking media and cling to it, right? Without doing research. That fucking movement is farce. So if you're stupid enough to follow that fucking movement, even though it's bullshit, shut the fuck up about someone else's protest. That's just how I feel about it, man.
Oh no, yeah.
One minute, Shay. Hear what I'm saying. Let me ask you a few questions because you're the only guy from the States. And by the way, dead man boxing, you're welcome to jump in. Like, anyone's welcome to jump in. Press like I'm gonna ask you a few questions. All right, D Jefferson. What you know about travelers?
Travelers?
Yeah.
I actually used to be one. Shit, I've been to 13 countries in Europe, been to Canada, I've been around. So I'm an experienced traveler.
So you're Irish then, yeah? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm American. I'm just saying I've been to different
all right. So we're talking about Irish. So I'm asking you again. What do you know about okay, let me make the question more clearer for you. What do you know about Irish or Scottish, English travelers? I don't know much about that. All right. So you don't know how they've been treated or anything like that. You know about no Irish.
Well, no, I do know that they went through the struggles and that, but I don't know the history in detail. You know what I mean? I wouldn't start lying about that.
All right, let me ask you a question. How many travelers have been in slavery?
You say what? Have been enslaved?
Yeah. How many travelers have been in slavery?
I have no idea. I couldn't answer that.
Okay, so I'll tell you none. Yeah, another question for you. Yeah, do you know the reason why they're protesting outside the pub?
Why is that?
Oh, because they can't get in. Do you know why they can't get in?
Why is that?
Because the landlord said they can't get in because they were probably. I'm just gonna put it out there. They probably smashed up the place and being rude.
But you can't say that though, EJ. To be
I
fair.
know, no. And then I'm just gonna. I told you I'm gonna upset people. Shit, right? Am I far off though? Am I far off?
I'm not saying anything on why they got banned.
All right. Well, I was trying to get clarification, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Yeah, the reason why the landlord won't get it is not because they're travelers. It's probably the way they conducted themselves.
Yeah.
Right now. So now let me go back to the black people back in the 60s, right? Black people in the 60s, yeah, they conducted themselves, as far as I'm concerned, the black man and the black woman exemplarily. And they still got attacked by dogs and police and beat with brutality. Now, when this movement has gone over, you have the civil rights movement, right? Now, when the Black Lives Movement, now I put it to myself, I don't really agree. This is not a question. This is a broad statement, by the way. I put it to like this, right? The civil rights movement was to get civil rights for every citizen, and they achieved quite a lot of that, right? The Black Lives Matter, and I don't entirely agree with who's behind it, but the fact of the matter is highlighting black people disproportionately being pulled over by the cops and being treated terrible. So if a black person gets killed or by a police officer unfairly, then we can pull up, then we can have their name, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Thingy Marbury, or whatever. We could pull it out there. We can see these cases. Obviously, what's his name again? Trayvon Martin. We can pull it out there. So whether you don't agree with the movement or not, the movement does highlight that black people are being disproportionate. Tyson Furies are not allowed into pub. Let me give you this. Let me put it like D. Jefferson. Do you think the landlord, and he knew Tyson Fury was like, I don't think he knows Tyson Fury is outside. You think he wouldn't let him in the pub?
Tyson Fury? Probably.
Yeah. If he wanted to go into the pub, you think the landlord wouldn't let him in the pub?
Probably so.
Yeah, okay, all right. But I think the landlord knew Tyson Fury probably asked for his autograph out there. They're out there protesting. There's no police. The people out there, I put it this is a stunt. They're trying to undermine the Black Lives Movement and made it look like a farce. That's a way us over in the UK are offended. Now I agree with what you're saying, right? That they're allowed to protest, but it's the meaning behind the protest what we're pissed off by. You know what I mean? That's why we're pissed off by.
That's the thing I say about Black Lives Movement, though, EJ. Farce. Like they got a movement. Okay, so, and I hear how you outline what it's supposed to be about, but a lot of African Americans here that's woke, we looking at the Black Lives Matter the same way you looking at this PLM situation, because they're outlining that that's what it's supposed to be about. But the agendas behind that fucking movement really is not even about that, fam. It's really not about that. And so it's farce. It's fucking farce, bro. And if you're a farce organization or a part of it, I just still say shut the fuck up, bro. I mean, that's just my take on it.
That's cool. Let me hear that. All right, we got another American perspective. So Dan the man, unmute yourself, Dan the man.
Yeah, what's happening, man?
All right, so have you seen the IFL video? The
Tyson yeah, man. Let me just comment on that one. I kind of giggled at that a little bit because I call that a bit of a sham because, I mean, here's the thing. I do know a little bit about the history with travelers, particularly with the Irish and the Gypsies. I understand there's a bit of a discriminatory history there. I get that, but I didn't hear anything about somebody being unjustly shot or killed just because they were a traveler and for them to prompt that protest. Now, from my understanding, the reason why they protested because they weren't allowed in the bar, correct?
That's right.
That's it?
Yep.
And how did the landlord know that they were Irish or Gypsies? Exactly. I mean, not Irish, but they're Gypsies. I mean, particularly, how did he know that?
Exactly.
That right there makes no sense to me. That's what I'm scratching my head trying to figure out. Okay, how did the landlord know who they were? And second of all, I know you could determine who's Irish. I get that based off the accent, but other than that, unless someone was brutally beaten up, or if someone was unjustly, unjustified, was arrested unjustified or murdered unjustly, then yeah, you can go in and protest. But I mean, look, you have a freedom to protest, you have freedom of speech. I get all that. That is within our democracy between the UK and the US. I get all that. But this right here, I don't know, man. I don't know what Tyson Fury is doing, to be honest with you. He's been acting bizarre. I think this is the whole core of the argument is him. He's been acting so bizarre as of late. He's coming out here talking about he don't want to defend his title against Dillian White if Dillian becomes mandatory, because that would make me believe after he beat Wilder, if he got past Wilder, he was not going to defend that title. He was going to go franchise route. I honestly believe that what his intentions were. Now he's talking about Joshua should vacate his WBO belt and fight him. And now he's talking about, I'm not going to fight Josh. I'm concentrating on Wilder. Now he comes out today on Piers Morgan talking about, I'm canceling the Wilder fight. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? I mean, what's going on with Tyson Fury, man? I mean, first of all, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if you saw the Piers Morgan interview today, EJ. And the other cat I know he's from the UK. Forgive me, man. I don't know your name, but
Shea Bar.
Oh yeah, Shea Bar. All right, Shade. All right, cool. So him and Frank Warren talking about they trying to get something about having the fight since they can't get a crowd in the UK, they won't have the Wilder fight. As I recall, if I'm right, if that's what they said, then didn't Tyson Fury lose his license? Did he give it up? He can't fight in the UK. So why does that matter?
Listen, that's a whole new topic. He's on some drugs thing.
I know. Yeah, that's what. Well, you get my point. Yeah, that's what my point is his bizarre behavior. That's what I wanted to point out. Is that you? Yeah, that's just bizarre, man. That's what I'm pointing out. Then you got this TLM.
Man. I just
what's up, D?
What's up, fam? I just put a video up the other day, right?
Right.
And it basically went like this. And I'm a Tyson Fury fan. So the video was basically this: Tyson Fury, you idiot. You understand what I'm saying? That's the video. What's up right now? He's a fucking idiot, bro. A fan or not, like the shit he's doing right now, I don't even try to assess what the fuck Tyson Fury's doing. But the thing with Tyson Fury is, I'm just to the point with him where I think he can beat most of these guys. And I think the only question is, as far as who's the best, it's him or Joshua. Because I don't think too many people are arguing about that. And I just want to see these two guys fight. But to try to assess, explain, or understand anything Fury does, to me, is just a waste of time. And the reason I say that, man, is because this motherfucker, it should be expected by this point. He's done the dumbest, craziest, silliest shit, said the dumbest, craziest, silliest thing forever. And at this point, it's like Howard Stern, that old radio jockey. It's no telling what the fuck is going to come out of his mouth next. So it's like it should be expected at this point.
All right, for those who listen as well, and also for D. Jefferson and Dan, man, I know you guys in America, you love the F-bombs, but the Google ain't playing that. I don't mind.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, monetize and stuff like that. And you guys are absolutely right. We know he's playing.
My bad, dog.
That's cool. Tyson Fury's found a movement and the cause. Now, let me tell you something. If it gathers up traction, it looks like they've invested money on posters and stuff. But I'll be honest with you. I'm going to tell you right now. Ain't no one being hanged. Ain't no one putting their knee on their neck. Ain't no one being thing. You can say, oh, they're being treated bad. But listen, it's give and take, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? It's give and take. I was there in a shopping center where one of the traveling young kids was abusing the staff. I'm not trying to say that's a indictment of all the travelers, abusing the staff, and the staff member didn't say nothing. Now, other member of the public who was Irish who wasn't a traveler, I said, "You're a disgrace. Look how you're conducting. I'm ashamed to know that you came from my loins." That's what I'm saying. They all cousins and thing, but they still kind of check each other. This situation we're here with Tyson Fury, and this is just off the back of obviously young black men being distortionally stopped, killed, and all these things there that you've put up there. Let me say it, right? If travelers were killed in this thing, I'd have more sympathy for their movement. If someone was hanged or someone was severely killed by the police, I'd have more thing for their movement. But you can't get into a pub. There's another pub down the road, bruv. You can go to another pub. How many miles over? This is a stunt to undermine the movement, and I'm not with it. And it's those guys in the UK are seeing this stuff there. They're annoyed right now. You guys in America, it's like you Black Lives Matter. They've undermined the Black Lives Matter, depending on who's putting the money, George Soros, or whoever the guy's putting the movement. But you can't take away from this the NBA. And I don't know if they haven't done nothing in football, but the NBA certainly have it at the back of their jerseys to remember Breonna Taylor, Thingy Marbury, and obviously George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, all the men, all the people who've killed been unjustly by the thing. And that's going to keep going until we get some sort of justice or some sort of ruling. And they're trying to say we need to vote. This is why we're doing it. I don't know if the political movement and America's going to do that. 1 minute, the political move is going to do that. But I do know this, right? Tyson Fury's come from America, right? And you just highlight that. He's got that mentality of the obviously America is more segregating in the white and the black. And all of a sudden he's bringing that kind of mentality. So I've had enough of this shit. I'm going to go to England. I'm going to start my own movement. That's what he seems to me. It's like he's come back from America for, I'm going to start my own movement. Travelers' Lives Matter. Invested money in posters and people sitting there with their toes up. Yeah, Tyson, go at them. Get them back. Let's split the movement and trying to say we need to get some shine. So go ahead.
EJ, this is not just against the pub. This is against black people as well, because maybe not black people. Sorry, the movement. They're frustrated, but they don't understand the persecution that black people have been through. They don't get it. As you said, which traveler has been slaves? Which traveler has been killed? As I said, you can't see a traveler. That's the point, and that's the point. That, do you know what? In a way, I'm just thinking. We're having this conversation. Who we trying to get through to? Because at the end of the day, it's Coogan. Coogan's not black, but Coogan is a colored man. Coogan is a man, a cultured man. Like, he should not be promoting this. He's a man for boxing. Why is he getting involved in? He's stirring people the wrong way. And who's going to stand up to Coogan now? No one.
Well, listen to this. His platform is by MT Global, which is predominantly Irish, and they have, Irish gangsters and travelers they have involved in the platform. He's best friends with Tyson Fury. I think believe that he's growing out of one of their cousins, so he's in the family. That's a family unit right there. And I mean, he's one. Coogan's down with that, yeah. So when Coogan's putting his channel, he's putting it obviously to views and see how much traction they get. Well, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. First thing I saw, my first reaction, taking the piss. And it's I wasn't even bothered, but the more I think about it, it's gonna slowly start getting some sort of traction at this point. So I'm here to nip it at the bud now. I think probably I'm the first person to make a video on this, yeah. Just to let anyone know who come past the video, I strongly and vigorously disagree with what Tyson Fury and was doing if he's taking the piss. If he can't get into the pub, then tell us why. Tell us why you can't get in the pub. Can you give us that? It is usually a reason why, backwards and forwards of why. You've just made a poster. You've gone all out to say they won't let us into the pub, right? They won't let us up. But let me tell you something. If a traveler wanted to go into the pub, do you think the landlord wouldn't let them in? You think the landlord wouldn't let them in? Or listen to this. Why do you even need to go in the pub? Listen to this. Why do you need to go to the pub when you can sit outside? There's seats outside the pub. And in fact, yeah, the laws I think the laws right now, the government putting laws in that they're starting to shut pubs right now. I think because of the lockdown. So what's going on there, bruv? Yeah, people need to get this straight. They right now they're trying to hijack the movement. And like I said to you, Black Lives Matter has highlighted injustice for black people, and I think they're taking the piss. And I want some other people from the other side. AA Boxing, I'm calling you out. I see you in the chat. Right, you said you got time. You got things to say. And if McGregor's there, what's his name, Rival, whatever. I'll message some Rival because he's a traveler. I want to hear what he has to say. I want to pull it on him, but the thing is, you can't really pull it on him because they don't know too much more than anything. I call Coogan and he's running from EJ Boxing Live there, but I'll catch him. I'll catch him at some point. I'm not joking around, bro. Like, people need to be held accountable. You need to be held accountable. You need to understand this. And like I said to you, Black Lives Matter is a serious thing. It's not no joke thing, bro. It's not no joke thing. Yeah, this report. The reason why the Black Lives Matter is important because let people know that they can't get away and disrespect and trouble black people without some sort of backlash. You understand what I'm going to say? That's what it's about now. Whether you disagree with Black Lives Matter, but please need to know they can't be pulling up young black men for no reason. And for the sake of it, they know that they're gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean?
That's
you can't
right.
be killing us
okay.
for no reason.
EJ, let me say this. Let me cut in for a second because it's like this TLM thing, right? From the way you explained it and everything. Okay, it's bullshit, right? But my thing is this: the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't really like to hear anybody pump that up because it's not on the same levels, but in my opinion, it's just as much bullshit as this TLM situation. It's just as much bullshit as this TLM situation. Let me tell you why. I say that. For everything that you outline about what it's supposed to stand for, this, that, and the third, if the agenda is monetary, which it surely is, then it's fucking farce, fam. And I don't even like to hear people say, okay, well, Black Lives Matter does this. No, it's farce. It's bullshit because the movement that you outline is beautiful. And if that's what it really stood for, and that's what the agenda really was, then okay. But it's not, bro. It's a lie. Like, they're deceiving all the people that join that bullshit. Everybody that want to back that, it's a deception. So it's just as disgusting to me because the things that did happen to our people in the past and now is very significant. And for you to bring a movement forward just to fucking just to freaking make money off of it, bro, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting to me. And I don't even like to hear people say, okay, well, TLM is trash, but at least with the no, not at least with the Black Lives Matter movement, anything. Now, we can bash the TLM movement, and from what you explained, that's stupid and ridiculous as well. But we're talking about two ridiculous movements here. That's my thing. Like, two absolutely ridiculous movements.
So you're comparing the two movements? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying that both of them are absolutely ridiculous.
So you're comparing them in a way?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can say what the least of two evils, basically. That Black Lives Matter is the lesser of two evils. Basically.
Yeah. Hey, D. Hey, what's up, fam? Just a general question, man. But look, I do agree with some of your assessments on Black Lives Matter. Is it over sensationalized to certain degrees? Yes, it is. But at least what EJ pointed out, that they are pointing out the right reasons to fight for a certain cause. We have to point out the fact that Black people have been unjustly killed, murdered, and in prison for something they didn't do, and this has been swept under the rug for many years.
Indeed,
and now we have the power of social media to exploit that rest of the world. Now the world can see what's going on. Now the world's no longer ignoring it. And one aspect, you give them credit for that. In other aspects, I totally agree with you. Some people are in it just to make money. I think that's the wrong thing to do. Over-socialize it. That's what I'm saying. But the tribalized, the TLM movement that just came out today, I believe. Look, there's no cause behind it. I just don't understand what's the point of a movement. Just because you got barred from going into a pub, that has nothing to do with. Did somebody get shot, killed, or get imprisoned for unjustly? Just because,
I agree with y'all brothers on that. I'm just saying, I just look at both of these things as the lesser of two evils. So, freaking TLM is absolutely more ridiculous because, again, it's not even really backing a true cause. But Black Lives Matter is is ridiculous as well, and it just a smidgen less ridiculous than TLM is how I look at this shit.
You see, the thing is, if these styles done a movement called Latino Lives Matter, right? And they were saying Latino people are being, Latino people in Texas are being killed and, hanged and disproportionately pulled over by cops and stuff like that. Yo, man, this what's up. Now, let's talk about travelers. The travelers get petitioned, but I know travelers, what they do, I think they go to certain areas and the police in the area say, you guys have to move. You can't be in there. I don't think they hang them. They say you don't shoot them and they ain't shocking them. They just come up to them and say, look, you know what? You know why they don't do that? Because the travelers would kill them. They literally I'm not
scared of the travelers.
Bro, have you ever seen the movie?
The travelers run.
Listen, it's the travelers, they're not to be played, but they can actually fight with their hands. From young, they know they're very tall. Now, if you encounter a traveler, they like you, they're straight, they'll tell you straight what it is, right? Some of them don't like Tyson Fury because some of them do. The reason why some of them they don't think he's a proper traveler, right? The movement itself, it didn't really garner that many people. There's a lot of kids, people with t-shirts, and they got the banner, so it didn't get that moment. The only thing I'm trying to say to you is that he's taking the piss. He's taking the piss, and I don't like it. And when you're taking the piss over something with serious, it ain't funny.
All you're doing is undermining. That's what I've realized. That's what I had to say. He's just undermining. He didn't need to call it TLM. That's what I'm saying. He did not need to do that.
No, he didn't need to do that.
He could have said, do you know what? If there was really something against travelers, and I'm sure there is to an extent, that's fine. But don't use this platform, your platform, to undermine Black Lives Matter, because he said things about Black Lives Matter before. He's against it. So it doesn't need to be TLM. That is my main point through all of this. You know what? If that's how they feel, and I'm sure they do to an extent, but there is absolutely no reason for him to come out and start disregarding Black Lives Matter. And that's my only point on it. And then Coogan, on the other hand, honestly, I watch IFL every day. I'm not gonna lie. Unless he has something good to say about him promoting it, then I don't think I can support that channel anymore. Because
you know what this TLM reminds me of, especially with the way you guys are describing it. It reminds me of All Lives Matter. It was just something to come out.
They were the
It was
ones that
just
were
something that they came out with just to go against Black Lives Matter.
that's
what
it.
it is. That's it. That's why we kind of think, and it's not because look, this is what I'm trying to say, D. Jefferson, right? As you look into it and you can read the chat, they're just taking. It's like let me just take the piss out of Black Lives Matter, and that's why and because look, you got to understand, right? Let's put it in a nutshell to make you understand where we're coming from, right? IFL is like Jerry Springer. You understand? It's like Jerry Springer on that channel. There's this drama upon drama. People go there to sell views. That's what it is, right? So now when you see that thing on there, now you're gone too far. You're offending people. You know what I'm gonna say? So that's why we're more overly think rather than to see the situation where you are, where you have all the information you have on Black Lives Matter. You're like, yo, I can't rock with them. I can't entirely be down with them because the people behind them, they've got an agenda. Now listen to this, right? When it comes to the civil rights movement, there was an agenda behind that. Like it was supposed to be for the black man and black woman, and they got hijacked for the black woman, for the white woman, and they hijacked to when women's lib and all that. That all came out of all the civil liberties. But really, when it initially started, it was supposed to be for the black man and the black woman, right? And all these entities came in. Black Lives Matter. The concept. Now listen to this, the original concept was from black people, right? So there's someone along the line that's got hijacked. That's what happened. That's what I'm sure happened to that movement. Initially, it's got hijacked, and other people got sponsors and all these other things, and they've got on board to contract to kind of contain or control it and lead it, not lead it in any really avenue. But the idea behind it was a good idea in terms of highlighting these injustices. Now, if we're talking injustices on the traveler community, if you I'm just going to put it out there just in general. If you do any injustice to a traveler, you better move to another country. Let me tell you that. If you do an injustice to a traveler, make sure you move to another country, because if they find you, bruv, they'll bury you and no one will find you. This is the people you're dealing with. These are not what I'm trying to say. They're not victim. These are not victim people. They will handle you nicely. The reason why they're doing that, I think they're using this situation to just embarrass the puppies and also embarrass the Black Lives Love movement. That's where it's coming from, and that's really why we're really offended. I'm looking for some other guys to jump in to kind of
listen. Who's that guy? Who's supporting it? Is it
AA Boxing is cool. He's my guy in it. There's another guy in there. What's his name again? There's quite a few guys in the chat. Mark what's this guy? Mark Darby. What's his name? BJ Bang. All Lives Matter. Bruv, I'll put the link in the chat, and you look. I got 2 more spaces anyway. So look, you guys can jump in, because look, the brother man, we're gonna let you give your take out. I'm gonna let you give your take, and that's it, because it seems like it's one-sided. I don't really like to have a one-sided debate. And my man D Jefferson is really kind of in the middle of where it is. He's not really for it. All right, we got Dead Gang Boxing. Let's see what he said. What's going on, bro?
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you from America, right?
Yeah, I'm from South Louisiana. What's happening?
Yo, South Louisiana, what's up, man? You got some good food down there. Yo, hey, you got a boxing channel? Do you have a boxing channel yourself? Or
yeah, but I do, but I'm not active. I'm about to get active on some new stuff, kind of a little different from what everybody's doing, but I'm getting on it.
All right, so let's get into it, yeah? What's your take on what you've heard?
What I take is, as African Americans, we have been so, let me say this, ran over by every different culture, to where when we see ourselves being ran over, we don't even see it now. Like D. Jeff said, this Black Lives Matter movement, it's only a movement for the Democratic Party, that they're using the horrors and the plights of an African American to fund the Democratic Party. Now, with that being said, does that make it right what Tyson Fury did? No. And I look at it as extremely racist. I look at any black person that look at what Tyson Fury did and doesn't see it, I look at you as blind. You look at the t-shirts. You look at the t-shirts Tyson Fury had on. It's the same image as the Black Lives Matter. It's just playing. It's just what everyone else does. They use the black people for a movement, and it doesn't support them at all. The gypsies, to me, a gypsy doesn't even look like Tyson Fury. To me, Tyson Fury is a white man who's claiming an identity. I think he's probably, I don't know what Tyson Fury is, either British or Irish, but they can claim whatever they want because they're culture vultures. They don't steal anyone's culture. As you can see, when Tyson Fury was fighting, he got a Mexican belt. He come out to living in America. He's an American. He's a British. He's whatever he wants to be. So we need to open our eyes to this. This is horrific from what I'm seeing, because you cannot get into a bar. You're gonna say your life doesn't matter, and you're gonna compare it to the struggles that African Americans go through. I think it's ridiculous, and I think somebody should call him out.
That's what we're doing right here, my man. A. O'Neil, he has some sort of grievance with what we're saying. A. O'Neil, you feel like you got some type of way, then jump in. A. O'Neil, you obviously like, jump in, my man. And hey, big up to my man, Dead Game Boxing, because end of the day, like what he's saying there is I 100% agree with his sentiment in terms of how exactly your delivery, how it was. It's a serious.
Yeah, that was spot on, fam. That was spot on.
Yo, it's a serious movie. Ain't no one's life being took. And this is what I said. So the guy in the chat, he said, what's his name? A. O'Neil. He's trying to say, that this is a serious thing about it. Because there ain't no one killing no travelers. And ain't no one messing with no travelers. They can all fight, and everyone knows it. And if you mess with one, all of them are coming for you. I don't want to hear no bullshit, right? I'm telling you. And that's not a stereotype. If they're built up as to be families, and they have this thing called a fair one, right? And you guys see it, the bare knuckle boxing, they still do bare knuckle boxing, right? Where their families have a dispute and they meet up somewhere in some farm or wherever they meet up on the street, and they have a line, right? And they hit each other. When you go down, they wait. You keep going, right? If you get knocked down, you get back up, you keep going. Then when you can't take it no more, the other guys, I've had enough. You know what they do? They shake hands, go, all right, then cool. And they go back. No one gets killed. Now, with black people, we're talking about people being killed, lynched, and still being oppressed by the system. There's laws put out now. Now with the travelers, all the travelers got to do, basically, in my opinion, right, is to just say, okay, I've had enough for being a traveler. I'm gonna buy a house and settle in. Who's gonna know they're travelers? Who's gonna know they're travelers if they don't say nothing? You know what I'm trying to say? Black people are black. If they can't get in somewhere, they can't get in there. The police will come. All kinds of bullshit happens, man. You've seen it. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Like it's severe, and when I saw it taking the piss, I don't really make activist videos because that's what it is. But if Coogan wants to go there, and I'm the only one to answer back, then I will. I'm not gonna lie. If I see Coogan, I say, Coogan, you know what? You're out of order. You're out of order putting that on your channel. You shouldn't really give that much shade in your channel. But if you want to go there, then I might as well do it as well and give my take from American. I'm trying to have an even balance thing. A. O'Neil, if you got something to say, then jump in, bro. Jump in. Like AA box.
Yeah, hold on. AJ, can I say something real quickly? Hold on real quickly, D. Hold on real quickly, man. Look, AA Boxer, I've known AA for a long time. He's cool, man. But AA, you seem to be very vocal about this issue. Why don't you just jump in and express your views, man? We're not going to jump you. We're going to be fair and cordial like we are right now, man.
He's going to get jumped, man. What are you talking about? He's going to get jumped. Don't worry.
I'm just letting him know, man.
I'm going to jump him now. He's going to get jumped. But he's going to get jumped, yeah, but we're going to let him talk first, though. He's going to get jumped. We're going to let him talk. But let me say something, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say this to you, EJ, to kind of, I guess, put perspective on my position and what I'm saying. Or so, like most of you guys on the panel, this is what I'm saying. If it's you, EJ, talking about it, if it's Dead Game talking about it, you understand what I'm saying? If it's you guys going against it, I'm good with that. But if it's any of these, I almost did it again. And if it's any of these people that is a part of that movement, advocating for that movement, or pushing that movement, the Black Lives Matter, I think they need to shut the F up. You guys got the right to talk, because it's terrible. And I'm not disagreeing with that aspect of it. But the people that's involved in the other thing that's terrible, you're hypocrites. Just shut up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're hypocrites, basically.
I know I don't have to. I have to agree with you. They ready to flip. So I agree with you what you're saying. And that's why I said entirely. I understand where it is because I've heard both sides on terms of the Black Lives Matter. Now, A. O'Neill, you have a lot to talk about what's it? I'm not talking away from for Black Lives Matter. Black people suffer more in the US. Exactly. Dan Travelers in the UK. Exactly. Yeah. But look at. No, listen. Tyson Fury is a boxer. He can put hands. No one's stopping him from going in that pub. Now, let me change the situation. Deontay Wilder's out there with the Alabamians, with his brother, his mad brother Marcus, whatever, are out there. And they got the Black Lives process. Bruh, people gonna be scared for their lives, bruh. They're gonna bring the dogs. They're gonna bring shock. They're gonna bring the tasers. They're gonna bring the rifles. They're gonna bring everything out there. Look at the video and tell me people ain't even care. It's just like all you're doing is trying to. It's in. You know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I think about Tyson Fury, and I've talked to him he's a fun-loving guy, but he's being used as a pawn in this. And I don't know who's behind it. And maybe it's Frank Warren or one of them guys up there in BT Sports go, you know what, Tyson, go out there and let's take some shine against. Let's take Travelers' Lives Matter. I've seen how you're being justified. That's what someone's going. You know what? I'm going to go do it for giggles. That's what it seems to me because there's no way no one can stop you from getting in that pub. Someone's put money into the T-shirts, into the banners, and the whole thing. And
EJ, I disagree with you. EJ, listen, Tyson Fury, he's a clever guy, but as far as I know, I don't think he's very well educated. So his way of thinking is not like you people who would think in a more educated manner. He genuinely believes what he's doing is right. I don't think this is I think I don't know if he's paid for it, but I think he believes in what he's saying. I don't think there's anything underneath this, or there's any, as you're saying, like.
Well, he said he came from America, and America is politicized on the Black Lives Movement. Some people had enough.
But hold on. One thing, EJ, isn't Sugar? What's his name? His coach staying at his house at the moment.
We know what kind of Sugar Hill. We know what Sugar Hill is a good coach. He's a black, but you know what where his alignment is, where the money's at. You don't care whoever. We seen John J. Jackson, who's with Sergio Kovalev, when Sergio Kovalev had a picture of t-shirt of a monkey, and he ain't saying nothing. It's only for Ward to go up there and whoop him. You know what I mean? Everyone's looking at John J. Jackson. It's like, yo, bro, like, don't you see the t-shirt? It's like, bro, I'm getting paid. And then only when he left the guy, they said, yeah, you know what? There was something fishy about him. And everyone's looking sideways at that guy, bro. So it's like, you know, you always got that kind of guy. It's like money speaks first, but you know, integrity is everything. Tyson Fury at this point, right? And you know, I've talked to my man, some other people. They're saying they reckon they're trying to gather a movement. So when AJ's crew comes, Black Lightning, you know, Tyson, they get all wilder. This is why I'm nipping the out. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say what you're saying, I'm saying Tyson is a boxer. He's still a boxer. Someone's put something in a battery in his back, and he's gone out there. That's what I'm saying to you. Remember, he's been in America for the longest, and you know America how had enough of this Black Lives Matter, man. Yo, you need to do something. What about your people? Oh yeah, my people been injustice as well. I'm gonna do something about it. Yeah, that's EJ. It was in a local traveler community. Okay, a local traveling community. All right, so that's their community. They're in a massive travelers community in Welcome. Yeah, but listen. Let me. How many pubs in Welcome, bruv? What? They just got one pub? What? Listen. If I go Google right now and go Welcome, how many pubs in there? The man don't want you in his pub. Go to a next pub, bruv. Why do you need to go into that pub particularly? You know what I'm saying to you? Who's died? You're saying the pub man, your lives in threat? Like, so you know what I'm saying? Your lives is not in threat, bruv. And O'Neill, what's this O'Neill saying? A O'Neill. You got a lot to say. What you say? Look at the police, choking pregnant travel. They ain't choking no traveling women, you liar. Like, you crazy, like, listen, don't. You're lying right now, bro. Like, you just stop the bullshit, bro. They ain't trying choking out no pregnant traveling women. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Yeah.
You stop it. You know
I'm with you on that, EJ. Like, I get your point on this, bro. Like, I'm with you 100%, and I think that you may just be worried about Tyson Fury because it all fits, right? If you look at Fury, and then using him like that, everything fits because Fury says the most ridiculous things, like I was just saying early. So get him out there to say something else or do something ridiculous. That's just his nature. We could use him to get this thing jump started. Like, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, no one else wants to come in and back Tyson. You know why you won't back him? Because you know you're all wrong. You won't come over it. You won't come over it. And yeah, and that's what it is. AA boxing. Even though you're giving us the data, I put it in the chat earlier on whether you're working up, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you back, I want someone to back his case in there. Tell me something that man won't let you in the pub. That the man's life is at risk. I know Tyson Fury's been abused, right? I remember they had a BBC interview, and he was talking to a BBC reporter, and someone goes, "You fat pikey," as they, you know, pikey's in a racist term. If you guys don't know, so a traveler, a pikey, right? It's a racist term. You know what I mean? And like someone called him that, and he was upset by that, right? And understandably so, right? But no one's killing. You know why? You know why people do it in their truck and drove off? Because if Tyson catches them, they're gonna get it. They won't say it to Tyson's face, but they'll do it on the slide. Now the pub man, lawfully has a reason why you can't come into the pub. Is it because he's just I don't want travelers in my pub? But how does he know who's a traveler if they don't say anything, bro? Like someone tell me. Someone told me the core of a traveler that you can spot them out. Someone tell me, how do you spot a traveler out? What's their dress sense?
No, EJ, I can't. There is
not you. Not anyone in the chat. I already tell me. Right? Let me go. Oh, what's Earl saying? You have not seen whether I raided or travel. Oh, let me call you. I'll call you. Oh, I can call you. Oh, let me call you. I can call it out straight and see. Oh, you can get your take because you can't obviously come on. So you hear what Els has to say. You know what I mean? L's hardcore, so usually El ain't playing around. You know what I mean? Make it Earl on. Because
I got something quick I want to say right quick though. All right, this is their game coming back. Look, if you look at it, when Tyson Fury was on his downward slump, when he was overweight out of boxing, who is the man that picked his spirits up to come back to boxing?
Wilder.
Okay. Who is the man that now Tyson is trying not to fight?
Wilder.
If this man pulled you out of retirement, gave you an opportunity, and you're going to come around and dump on this man like that, I mean, that shows you the type of character he has. That shows you everything you need to know about Tyson Fury. Yeah. He's going to capitalize on whatever moment, whatever position he's in. And in America, no matter where you're from, if you have the complexion, you can come over here from anywhere and be over the man that's already here. If you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Over the guy who's been in America for the longest, only because you got the complexion for the connection. That's what you're saying, right? 100%. Exactly. And this is what I'm trying to say to you, where he's taking the piss, right? And he's doing it in the UK because in America, do that. You as in America, do that stuff in America. Like how you know what I'm saying? They say do that stuff in America. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't dare.
All right, we have Earl Austin, champion maker. Mr. Austin, how you doing?
I'm fine. I couldn't get on, man.
Don't worry about it. You're on now. You're on the show now. Give us your take on what you've had and what you think of your experiences in Travelers and that.
Well, the experience I have with the Travelers is going way back when they used to treat Irish people and black people, but they treat black people worse than the Irish. We were like scums when we were over here. The Travelers, they're the same thing. I mean, the English have always jumped on anybody. They're prejudiced to everybody that's in their country. So they feel they rule everybody that comes here. I understand what Tyson's doing because Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of understand what Tyson's doing, and you guys have hit some of the nail on the head. That he's not that much in their head to come up with this. It's somebody behind him. As you said, it's been finance. Okay, it's not moving against Black Lives Matters. What it says is that there's a lot of money there, and they can take some of that money. So that's what they're into. I've heard a lot of things on today from a lot of us black guys, and a lot of us have got it wrong. A lot of us have got it wrong because, number one,
Go ahead. Oh, so you must have pressed the mute button. You must have pressed the mute button on your phone. I was getting in. That was a good. He was getting in. Let me call him back. Let me call him back. That was pretty good. He was getting in. Just about. Let me bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. You guys keep commenting. If you want to jump in, there's one more space to jump in. So, go ahead, though.
Yes. What I'm saying is, this is not. I mean, I've been in a pub where I see some Irish people come in, and the landlord has said, no, you can't come in. And I knew they were gypsies because of their language and how they dress. I mean, if you've been around them, you would know. And, I said to the landlord, why did you not let them in? He said, oh, well, last night they had a fight here.
Oh, here we are. You hear this, Americans? Last night they had a fight here. But go on.
He said, last night they had a fight here, so I'm banning them. But I said to him, you can't ban everybody. You can't tarnish everybody with the same brush. I said, if the man who was fighting or the man who was fighting came now and you ban them, I understand that. But you don't know these people. You haven't seen them before, so you can't tarnish them with the same brush. Mm. So what happened was me and this guy started to having a drink together. And he was a traveler, he was a gypsy, and he told me about some of his life and how his life is. But then he turned around, the first thing he said, he goes, you blacks, you got it really hard, you black guys, And he said, yeah, but we hate the English. He said, that's one thing we've got in common. We hate the English. Now, what they said, if they go to a pub and they want to get in and the landlord is banning them, the landlord has no right to ban them unless they have done something or they committed a crime.
Yes.
So all he had to do was call the police, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, as you said, EJ, the police will come and...
Oh, mate, cut out.
Damn. Yeah, he was rocking out too, dog.
No, I'm trying to say, that was good, man. It's good. Don't worry, I'm calling it back. We're going to fit. He needs to get to the rest of the story. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
So the police, I mean, if that happened, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
If that was black people done it, straight away they'd come down with vans and raid us up or pick us up off the road because that's what this country is geared for, and in America. So the system is designed to kill us out. There's too many of us. So any way they can manipulate us and bring us down, they're going to use that. So this is... Fury is doing it, but it's coming to me. It's coming.
Oh man, it keeps cutting out. The last one. Do the last one with him. He's got something wrong with his phone. Yeah, man. He's getting to. Yeah, go on now.
I understand why I keep coming.
Yeah, go on. You keep cutting out. Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm not moving. So, this is coming from far behind, and it's nothing to do with anything about black lives or they're fighting against black lives. They're going to try to say to you, all lives matter. And number one, the gypsies have been having a bad time. I mean, a lot of people don't say, oh, no, we've never seen them, a policeman on their neck. No, you have not seen it.
Yes.
Have you ever seen when they raid? Have you ever seen when they raid where they are?
No.
And when one guy came on and he said, like, police held a pregnant woman. Yes, they have done that. They have beaten women out of them. So they need the travelers to move on because the English people don't like them in their area.
But they don't kill them, though, do they?
No. Listen, remember, white ain't going to kill white, are they? Unless
that's what I'm saying. So see, what we're talking about is we're talking about that's brutality. When you talk about lives are talking about like they're actually. This is what the Black Lives Matter. People actually getting killed and disproportionately, right? That's what. So when he's talking about black, go on.
These brothers in America, they can understand what they're saying. This Black Lives Matter movement was made by white people. I want you to understand that, right? Black people have bought into it, right? It's money making and whatever, but it's not a black union that's done that, yeah? Because they won't allow it. When Farrakhan...
Yeah, the Million Man March. He broke out in that. So
see, he was getting ready to get into the type of mindset that I'm from with this whole Black Lives Matter thing. That's what he was getting ready to delve into.
I can see where you go with Farrakhan. When Farrakhan does it, obviously it meant something. I'll leave it a couple of seconds, see if he can come back on. When Farrakhan does it, you know it was a serious movement. What's up, Aztec 101? That's not true. What's not true, Aztec 101? What's not true? Tell us what's not true. And then, like I said to you, I'm leaving it open. There's a couple of spaces still. There's 2 more spaces. If you tell us what's true, Aztec, because you know you're like, tell us what's not true. Black Lives Matter was founded by 3 black women. Yeah, I see. Tell us. Go, D. Jefferson. Go ahead.
Okay, see, this is the thing. And EJ just talked about this earlier, Aztec. So this may be true, but just like he talked about integrity, man, integrity, right? If that's the case, then these people that want to come through and start throwing you money for this, that, and the third, no, you turn it down, because that's not what this is about. But they didn't turn it down. They took every penny, and now Black Lives Matter is nothing what they started it for, period. They took every penny. So it became farce at that point. Keep integrity at any level, and they didn't do that with Black Lives Matter. Now, had they done that, then I would feel totally different about it. So I really don't care who started it and for what reason you started it. But if you were on that path when you started it, you should have stayed on that path. But at the moment that you took the money and you let this thing go into another direction, then you lost integrity in yourselves and the whole damn program, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's talk about the Black Panthers. Let's talk about the Black Panthers, because Huey P. Newton and them guys down in what is it? Where is it again? Them down in the Bay Area in Golden State, wherever that is, in Thingy, California. When they started that movement, that was black men, right? The Black Panthers. But you see how the FBI infiltrated that and destroyed it. So the reason why maybe the men behind it said, listen, if black men start this up, we're gonna get assassinated within 2 seconds. So that's why they probably had women doing it. It's women. But the thing is, I understand whoever's took over it. That's understandable. But what it does, though, it does highlight at this moment in time, in 2020, that the disproportional black people being pulled over, and at least you know you have something to complain about. What Tyson Fury is trying to do with his life, with the movement, there's no lives. First and foremost, travelers like my man Austin just said, he said they're getting brutalized and beat up to tell them to move on from the land because they don't want to move on. But they're not getting killed, bruv. You know what I'm gonna say? You're not getting killed and dug in a ditch. What's the kid they killed? They killed in thing, the 16-year-old kid they killed back in North Carolina, wherever, years ago. What's that kid? For no reason they killed him, and then they went to court and they all got off. What's that kid name again? I can't remember his name. He's a young boy. It's the first one down in Carolina. They done beer stuff, man. The beer stuff in America and got away with it. And then at the end of the day, Tyson took that stuff from America and bring it over, and it's unfair. Now look, I'm gonna leave it another 5 minutes. If none of y'all from any other side want to come in and give your perspective, then we gonna close the show down, because end of the day, like, bro, and in my opinion, you know why none of you ain't gonna come on? Because you know you ain't got a leg to stand on, bro. That's why you ain't gonna come over here. I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't got no leg to stand. My man D. Jefferson, we can talk to each other, and at the end of the day, we agree, because I agree with what he said of where the movement's gone. It's gone in the wrong direction. Now the NBA has embraced it, right? It would be nice to see if the NFL embraced it, and baseball or whatever, or maybe not baseball so much now, yeah, but other things embrace it, right? But the bottom line is this, yeah, it's permeated all over, and it's a movement of with a good hardcore thing behind it, saying, well, look, people are being victimized and we don't like it. Are we gonna say something about it? And people don't, and you know, the cops involved don't want to be in that. Anyone involved if killing unarmed and in this case, unarmed black people for no reason, yeah. Emmett Till, that was the kid. That was Emmett Till, right? Where they killed Emmett Till.
Oh, Emmett Till, yeah.
That's what Emmett Till, stuff like that. I mean, listen, bro, the list goes on, right? So there's no lives being put. Yeah, brutalized travelers, beating up travelers, yeah, called names, yeah, I understand, yeah. But you ain't being killed, and you haven't got no slavery history. You ain't got none of that, yeah. You ain't got none of that, and just because you can't get in the pub, police ain't even being cool. They ain't even being cool. Look the video. Google's there with them. Look, they ain't even being called out there, bro. Just like, you know what I'm trying to say to you. Police is like, yo, I ain't even got time for this stuff, bro. Black Lives Movement, there's police everywhere, bro. And then, you know what I mean? Just looking to start something so you can throw man in jail. If you look at all the prison cells, the prisons, and even in the UK, they're filled with loads of young black men. All of them disproportional. And I don't know if they've been stood up or whatever reason they've been in, or whether they've been incarcerated for what. For what reason? You know what I'm trying to say? Because they ain't got no money to pay for a lawyer. All I'm saying is just unfair.
Oh, that's a whole lot behind the incarceration. minorities in this country. First and foremost, it started with Richard Nixon and the bullshit war on drugs, because the war on drugs that was continued by Ronald Reagan was to do nothing but incarcerate more minorities, Black, Hispanics, and poor people, period. That's what that was about. So that has a lot to do with it.
And you see the thing is, when it comes to trap, they can defend themselves. They have money, they have resources, and you ain't no one trying to do nothing to no traveling people and think you could kill them and put your foot on their neck and get away with it. You ain't doing that. It ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening. Black people are just starting to unify in some sort of way. But every time they try and unify, someone will try and infiltrate and break the movement up. Black Lives Matter, as far as I understand it, not every black person agrees with it, but the principle of how it started, we agree with. Tyson Fury, you're a disgrace. You need to stop with the bullshit and go fight Wilder. You know what I mean? And listen, the fighters took up from this. I'm not trying to tell you, if he goes into the fight and brings, I'm sure Wilder will embrace it. Goes, oh, you got problem with your people, we got problem with my people as well. I'm sure Wilder will embrace it. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I don't think Americans like yourselves, you and Dan the Man and Dead Game, I don't think you really have a big problem so much with it. But some Americans, obviously, Dead Game boxing has a big problem with it. But maybe some Americans say, okay, he's got a problem over there with the travelers, they're being disproportionized. But it ain't the same. It just ain't the same. And to be fair, I feel like your clout chasing of a movement has a real good purpose to it. You ain't getting killed. If you could change the movement to travelers being bullied. That would have been good, right? Travelers being bullied. Yeah. What's wrong with that movement right there? And I'll say, oh yeah, you know they're being bullied. That's true. But that's not the same thing. You're saying their lives are not at jeopardy, bruh. They're not. They're just not. You just clout chase the movement. Look at the logo here. It goes equality rights for everyone. So you know what I mean? What's that mean? The hurdles flying is a lie. What's it? The hurdle fly is a lie. What's that mean? Stand up for a milestone. I mean, what I don't understand what that stuff is. Travelers' lives matter. Hashtag racism. What's it? Racism. This. I don't. Come on, man. This. I mean, listen, bro. This is long. This is long. None of you. Look, A. O'Neill. Well, man, you in the chat. You don't want to come in there, do you? You don't want to come in there. You don't want to come in there, obviously, because you ain't got a leg to stand on. So I'm gonna wrap you up, man. I've everyone in here. I Dead Game. If you got a channel, man, I'll sub to you. D Jefferson. If you don't know D Jefferson, sub to him. My man Shea Butter, one of the next young up and coming amateur fighters. Hopefully, man, we get some fights. You guys to get to see Shea Butter put that jab, smooth jab on people. Come on. Hey, Shea Butter, tell him tell him if you got a YouTube channel or anything, tell them where they can find you if they want to follow you. Go ahead.
No, I'm not even on it yet. I'm just watching. But I'll start when the fights and that start again. When the season starts, I'll start putting some things up again.
He gonna put that Shea Butter on you, bro. He gonna put that jab, bro. He got the smoothest jab in the business, bro. D Jefferson, tell us where they can find you, bro.
All right, no doubt, bro. Y'all can find me on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, bro. And like I said, everybody welcome. Just like over here on EJ, click the link. Come speak your mind, fam.
Yeah, man.
Speak your mind. Go ahead, Dead Game Boxing. Go ahead.
Yeah, salute, Dead Game Boxing. I'll be putting more content up on my channel coming soon. Got my two little cousins. Hello.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got my two little cousins fighting Saturday, the Charlo twins. So salute, support. Peace out.
All right, man. Nice for everyone coming on. We'll put the sirens on, bro. Fury, if you say any old bullshit, come on, I'm gonna be on your ass. Coogan, if I find you, Coogan, we gonna have some talks. EJ, I'm out. Peace.
Yo, good to speak. Night, guys.